down with your broke ass.
Every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Terms 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections at the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Okay, next.
A bullshit.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
I'm coming in singing. Yes, yes, yes. You know what we'll do? Let me get my double self off the screen. What we'll do? Hold on. Let me get my life together, y'all. We'll shut shit down. Blessings, blessings. Oh, shoot. I was up dancing, y'all, so I got some sweat under my arms. Don't judge me. I came in hot. How y'all doing? Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. I missed you guys. I haven't been on the screen in a while. It was a really, really busy week last week. Henyard had the algorithm going. The block was hot, okay? You know that I'm not totally happy with what I saw with the caucus. And, you know, looking at it from a legal perspective, from what we already read, it seems like things wasn't done correctly. So what we're going to do is, one, we're going to do a little flashback of what's going on. Then we're going to jump into the caucus. A few of the things that I want to highlight that I feel is, you know, that was violated. The process that was not done, as well as the voters' rights that was taken from them. And this is not because I'm a Henyard fan. It's just because, as I state to you guys, freedom is freedom, and the system needs to work for the people, plain and simple. And sometimes people can be so blinded because they want to get this person out. You may be setting yourself up for your rights to be taken away in the future. Okay, so let's make it make sense. All right, so this is what I do want to show you, and the reason why I'm feeling away, like a lot of people at this point. It is 12/9. It's going on 2025, and we have, well, the Dalton and Thornton been going through this for 3 years. But we have been following this on the internet, at least for the last year, hoping and praying that this one right here, let's just get into this. This is one thing that I just ran into. The DOJ updates on Boston City Councilor arrest on corrupt charges. So the reason why I think that is important for us to, you know, pay attention to what's going on, because there's several mayors, there's several elected officials that's actually being indicted. You know, so that's why I'm not trying to, you know, make you guys feel away. We got to have hope, but I want you guys to really pay attention, because if we keep our head in the sand and we don't pay attention to the system and what's going on, we may have another Trump on our hand. Okay. Yeah. I think people are sleeping on Tiffany Henyard, but people are actually getting indicted. Okay. So let's just play this.
Was arrested on federal public corruption. Tanya Fernandez Anderson was arrested on federal public corruption charges.
Yeah.
These 6 felony charges stem from an alleged kickback scheme that she orchestrated to obtain several $1,000s in taxpayer money in exchange for a bribe she paid to a staffer who gave her a very large bonus. Okay. The indictment charges Ms. Fernandez Anderson with 5 counts of wire fraud in violation of Title 18, United States Code 1343, and 1 count of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds in violation of Title 18, United States Code 666. According to the indictment that was returned by a federal grand jury earlier this week, Ms. Fernandez-Anderson was facing financial difficulty in 2023. Part of that financial difficulty stemmed from a sanction that was imposed by the State Ethics Commission of $5,000 for Ms. Fernandez-Anderson hiring immediate family members in her Boston City Council office. And in around that same time.
Okay, y'all hear this? Doesn't this sound remarkably familiar? So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, but it does sound like a Henyard, and we're going to put this young lady on the screen. We're going to listen to a few more minutes, and we're actually going to be showing you a series of public officials that are being indicted for corruption cases. So look for that video coming up in the algorithm.
Time in 2023, Ms. Fernandez-Anderson, the grand jury alleges, hatched this scheme to funnel bonus payments, taxpayer money into her own pocket in the tune of approximately $7,000.
That's it?
Specifically, despite the fact that she was under investigation by the State Ethics Commission, Ms. Fernandez-Anderson hired another family member on her staff at Boston City Hall to handle constituent services. That staff member was related to her, but Ms. Fernandez-Anderson falsely represented to City Hall that there was no familial relationship. That is staff member A in the indictment. Ms. Fernandez-Anderson then went on to tell that staff member A that she would give that person a $13,000 bonus. That bonus of $13,000 was more than twice as much as Ms. Fernandez was paying to the rest of her staff combined in bonus.
All right, so I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so I wanted to show you this because I noted something in this as well. All right. This person, I mean, you hear the charges, and it's not as bad as all of the things that we heard about Henyard. So when you look at the back of their background, it says DOJ. All right, so I think that the residents of Thornton and Dalton may need to make sure that they go above state representatives and see can they write letters to the DOJ, because if the DOJ petty like this, I'm about $7,000, then y'all may want to update them about Bird right here. All right, so I wanted to show you this because there are people that's actually getting indicted, and it was like, wow, for that. I'm not saying that she's not supposed to, but it's definitely familiar to what's going on with Henyard. Let's put it back on Miss Anderson back on the screen. Look at her, looking like a Henyard, okay? Just going off. But hiring family member, misappropriation of taxpayer funds, all types of stuff going on. So maybe you guys want to write a letter to the DOJ and kind of like don't pay attention to the FBI because they sure enough ain't paying attention to Dalton anymore for some apparent reason. Okay, that's all I'm saying, because at this point it's going to a little bit too far. We're not even supposed to be here. Okay, we're really not at this point. You know, I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, this is just totally out of control. So we got to get in contact with those elected officials that may want to move forward, because as time go on, we're going to be able to highlight connections between Bird, Henyard, and a lot of public officials out there. And that may, insinuate that there's people that are literally covering up for her. It won't move on her because of her connections, allegedly. Okay, so let's just get people caught up. Everybody know what's been going on as far as Tiffany Henyard being outed. Understand, you guys, when y'all get, feel some way, when y'all think somebody taking up for Henyard or something like that, I understand, okay? This lady done lost her damn mind, and her whole slate, we're going to talk about that. That slate was fucking ridiculous, okay?
Also developing now, some of her political power is on the line.
But Tiffany Henyard maintains she will be on the April ballot in Thornton Township for re-election for one of the two positions she holds. A reminder, Thornton Township is one of the largest in the state. Regina Waljam details Henyard's latest calls for help and what happens next.
It was a crushing blow to the woman who calls herself Super Mayor.
All the people outside
outside. They ain't letting one person in. Okay, now I'm with you. Watch.
Tuesday night, Tiffany Henyard lost her bid for re-election for Thornton Township supervisor after she was blocked from the ballot, with State Senator Napoleon Harris getting the Democratic nomination for the April election. Henyard also serves as the mayor of Dalton.
Exhibit C, the call.
Friday morning, she attended a township electoral meeting. The board could decide which candidates could be knocked off the ballot. 2 of Henyard's supporters have filed objections challenging candidates running for supervisor and other positions.
Mr. Napoleon Harris is not a duly qualified resident in Thornton Township.
A spokesman for Senator Harris in a statement told NBC5 in part, it's unfortunate that the appointed supervisor's team has chosen to spread false narratives. The focus should remain on addressing the critical issues that truly matter to the community. Meanwhile, in a letter addressed to township residents, Henyard calls on them to help fight against what she says is corruption. She says she's planning to take legal action.
The people will put me on the ballot.
Also happening Friday, an update on the township's status. Henyard says it's in crisis with essential services and renewal of the insurance policy at stake. She's accused 2 trustees who've not been attending meetings of purposefully gridlocking the township's government.
I pray that they show up to the board meeting, because right now we don't have insurance. So I hope it don't take that long to have a meeting. I will continue to call special board meetings so that we can clear up our issues.
Next week, Henyard says she will call another special meeting. And as the year winds down, Thornton Township still without a budget. Regina Waldron, NBC5 News.
I'm sorry. I want to stop right here. There's a few things I want to know. Actually, I was supposed to play another clip with the Ronnie Berg. I got that. But this one is basically, the post-caucus information. This young lady right here, allegedly, Kamal Woods sent some disparaging comments her way during their press conference. I'm not sure what type of interaction they had, but it was something about something she reported that made him very upset and prompted, I guess, I don't know how he honed in on her because everybody's reporting, but allegedly something she reported prompted some people to, I guess, have his information, go to their homes, things like that. So I'm not really sure why he honed in on her, but this was the young lady who allegedly Kamal Woods was getting a little aggressive with at the, press conference. So
Thornton Township, where Henyard is supervisor, an electoral board met, and Henyard says that she will end up making it on the ballot. Earlier this week, Henyard lost the nomination to retain her seat in the upcoming April election. Yesterday's meeting was a chance for people to object to the nominations of other candidates, including those hoping to replace Henyard as supervisor.
Okay, so let's get into now. Okay, we did that. I got to move some stuff around. I'm going to go to bear with me, y'all. I have to switch to another, I got so much stuff up. Give me a second. We're going to get to now our flashback of what should have happened at the caucus. Okay. We got to inform the people. The power's in the people. And I that's what I'm for. I'm with processes. If I see a process wrong and it's hurting the people, I don't care. I'm going to just tell you, I have left. This is the reason why I was a contract nurse. Okay. Not because I had ADHD, not because I was a rebel. It was because I could not commit to places who were compromised. When I see places where I'm there and the patients, hold on. Okay. And the patient's literally almost half alive. And I'm getting reports saying, well, they're alive. They're alive. Here you go. It's a body. Not getting no report and this crazy shit going on. No, I'm not going to give myself to them or hide things or compromise myself. So that's the same approach I have for everything in life. So when I talk about the caucus was held wrong, it was held wrong. Point blank, period. I don't care who held it. I'm not going to say if it was God, I don't care. But I'm like, God, you're wrong. Come on. Okay. I'm real like that. So let's just get to this. Let me see. There's a few pointers that I want to get on. Let's get to caucus day procedures. Okay. We're going to look at the booklet. We looked at this booklet in detail, but I didn't emphasize the caucus procedures. I think I did, but we're going to do it again. So you guys can see what was supposed to happen and what did not happen. Okay. And that's what makes me kind of question Napoleon's genuineness. Point blank period. I don't care what he did, what he didn't do. I'm going to do a deep dive on Napoleon, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell y'all, Napoleon remind me of the Boule. That's real, y'all. I got a video on it. Now I pray he not the Boule, because the Boule don't care about the average person. So if you thought you had Tiffany in there, and I'm just I'm talking like I want to talk until we figure it out, allegedly, because sometimes I'll be predicting things, but we're going to do our deep dive, see his history, see what he actually done for the people, real like bills and things, and and just wait and see if he gets elected. We're going to do that with each person to see what they have to offer the people. But in my head, looking at Tiffany, you call her hood rat, hood booger, this, that, and the third. But one thing, she on them services, trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? She know about services because she needed services. On the contrary, and I'm not saying she doing shit right. That's not what I'm saying. But that's what she pushed. On the contrary, when you have someone else that comes from a different class of people and not the hood, they don't really know the significance of services. I will pray, and I pray this is not a prediction. I'm like, what did this man get in there? And because people been complaining about all the shit that Tiffany been spending on and this, that, and third, he like, well, we pulling back from them because we need to save money. Also to the fact that when a person lives a certain way, like that's for instance, they say when you have cops that's out of touch with the neighborhood they're policing, you're going to have more fatalities. You're going to have more issues because they don't identify. So I'm praying that not only is that he's honorable, but he identifies with the people and, really continue to push the services, but do it in a justifiable way. So I'm like, you don't want to have a Chicago situation where you had Lori Lightfoot and everybody's trying to get her crazy ass out, saying she was the worst, compared to Tiffany, put them in the two category, and then you got Brandon Johnson right now. Look what he did. Look what he did. We're going to talk about it. Spending all the money on the immigrants. Trouble here, trouble there. The people hate him. They hate him even worse than Lori Lightfoot. I'm just hoping. He raised the taxes, gave the money to the immigrants, left the black people down. Y'all got him in, saying he's going to be better than Lori Lightfoot. Am I lying? Or I'm flying? Sometimes I just look at patterns and behaviors, and that's how I make predictions. So I pray that I'm not right, but just keep that in mind. Let's get to the Caucus Day procedures. I know they ain't like, but that's what I do. I do predictions. Y'all watch. A lot of predictions. I predict stuff. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. I just showed y'all in the community page a year and a half ago. I said Jay-Z is about to go down. And I ain't get no views on that video. And now, today years old. Somebody in trouble. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Don't call shit conspiracy. Because y'all know that the CIA actually put that word in the system and made it a derogatory word in the nature after the Kennedy assassination. Do your research. Okay? So don't be afraid to say the word conspiracy. They use it in law. They use it in all the cases that we read. So when somebody, you a conspiracy theorist, don't be alarmed. Because a lot of things that those alleged conspiracy theorists said years ago is coming alive now. And we're going to show you, even with the Trump situation, with the Epstein. Okay? When we get into that, don't forget, we're going to get into Trump past. Because people literally forgot about his fat past. And that's what I'm afraid of that may happen with Tiffany. Because y'all are putting her in the same situation as Trump to call voter fraud and to get the people emotions involved. Y'all did that. Y'all gave her that by not following these procedures. Let's go. Okay? So I'm gonna be honest, y'all not gonna like it, but I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel in the end. because if it don't happen, let's just read this because I'm kind of jumping ahead, but just know that I really care about you people and that y'all freedoms are being taken right in front of y'all. Okay, so here you go. This is Caucus Day procedures. So this is how it's supposed to go. Upon entering the room where the caucus is held, caucus judges have each participant sign an affidavit stating that they are registered voters in Multi Township and are affiliated with the established political party conducting the caucus. Each person is supposed to do that. They're supposed to have somebody at the door checking them in. We got technology to scan them in. They have the list of people who are voters. It was only supposed to be voters in there. Okay. At the appointed time, the chair of the Multi-Township Central Committee shall call the meeting in order. The first order of business. The first order of business. We only had a 3-minute hearing. Y'all say 7? It was looking like 3. All of this was supposed to happen. All of this happened in 3 minutes. And y'all people think nobody really saying I'm tripping. They just trying to ignore me. But it's okay. You can't ignore the fact that you put yourself in prison. You could ignore the fact that they didn't follow the process and that it's really not funny and it's really not acceptable at all. I don't like it. At this appointed time. So this is what's supposed to happen. Okay. It says, at this appointed time, the chair of the Multi-Township Central Committee shall call the meeting in order. The first order of business shall to be elect a secretary from the assembly. The secretary-elect should take their place next to the chair and proceed to record the caucus business. I don't know when that happened. I don't know who's the secretary. Rules, the next thing is supposed to happen, rules of the procedures, which will have been drafted by the appropriate Multi-Township Central Committee must. It don't say maybe, kinda, something, must be approved and may be amended by a majority vote of the qualified participants attending the caucus. That is you. The rules that they set, and this is the law. This is here go the law, 60 Illinois CS 1-45-5A. That's the law. This is what she's going to use. That's why I say she has a case right here. This is one of the first things it didn't. Well, second thing, you didn't let the people in. Then is this. So it must be approved by who? You guys. You guys that was in the audience. Hey, these are the bills. These are the rules for this one. Like he said, there's supposed to be a full slate. That was supposed to be put on notice to you guys, and you were supposed to vote. That didn't happen. Moving forward. The chair and presiding officer shall then announce the method of voting selected by the Multi-Township Central Committee, introduce the caucus judge of election, and announce the offices for whom nominees are to be chosen. 7 minutes, 3 to 7 minutes. I don't remember. It was 3 minutes to me, but I think somebody said 7 minutes. That didn't happen. I didn't see it. I missed it. I thought I really pay attention to details, but I don't know. I think I'm crazy. So the chair shall call for open nominations for each office according to the order. This is number 4. The chair shall call for open nomination for each office according to the order in which the office will appear on the township ballot. Nominations from the floor. Here we go. Nomination from the floor may be made and no second is required. However, one or more members of the caucus may wish to offer a second. So I laughed when Tiffany was like, I nominate myself. It was funny, but it was lawful. That's why I say Keith Price going to eat this alive. You got to do things. And I don't know. I definitely don't think that the lawsuit that Tiffany will file should be on the township pocket, but she may find a way. Okay? More money to come out for something that shouldn't have happened. Period. Nobody should be afraid of Tiffany being on that ballot if it's so many people that don't like her. Honestly. So nominations could be taken from the floor. And that's what Tiffany was like, I nominate myself. And I'm like, Lord. And that was funny, but it was lawful. And the chair should repeat each nomination as illustrated in the following. So after she said that, the chair, which is Napoleon, and he knows this, allegedly, he's supposed to say nominations are now in order for candidates for the office of town supervisor. And the members say, I nominate Smith. That was Tiffany. I nominate myself. And the chairperson was supposed to say, Mr. Smith is nominated. Are there any future nominations? That's it. Nominated doesn't mean that vote wasn't supposed to happen afterwards and the people wasn't supposed to say yay, nay, or whatever crazy way they decided to vote, which was yell and scream, which was not. It wasn't professional, y'all. We got to do better as Black people. It was just a mess. I know y'all felt good. I know I'm just killing people fun. I was so disappointed. We over 40 and 50. Y'all singing like it's a football game. Nah. Goodbye. That's not becoming. Y'all grandmas. I crack jokes and I play stuff, but come on. That wasn't even the time or place. Y'all supposed to shut that down professionally, handle it, show the people what they moving into. Structure, honorability. I saw something totally different because I'm not mesmerized just by, I won't cut my daggone arm off when I need it just to let, see my enemy fall. Oh, but she's not even, I don't consider Tiffany an enemy. I consider her just a hot damn mess, and she gonna get off that. She gonna get out of them seats. But y'all gotta be honorable because now y'all not put in a situation. Y'all, every time I talk, people totally ignoring it. Nope, we're not gonna pay attention to the facts. We're just gonna sensationalize everything. We're not adults. Yeah, I'm throwing shots fired. We're gonna have to do better, people. So if this, okay, let's talk about presidents. What's that? Like, huh? I probably is presidents. It's when you set a president, when you set a standard. And that is a legal word. So in the case of, this is literally like a procedure, a court proceeding. It's very important. It's documented. It goes down in history. So the next caucus can be ran just like this, allegedly. Because nobody contested that the procedures wasn't done properly, that you people of the residents wasn't able to vote on the procedures. They didn't accept a nominee. That nominee didn't have to be Tiffany. There were other nominees there. Nobody got their name called. It's really not acceptable. Come on, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear this, and I sound like the auntie, but I'm gonna have to grow y'all up. We're gonna have to grow up. Get out of your emotions. She's gonna lose. She's been losing. Y'all seeing her lose. God is gonna rip that from her if it's not for her. But when they say fight fire with fire, that's stupid. Fire with fire. So your house on fire, for real, you're gonna tell a fireman to bring fire? Huh? Inferno. That's stupid. Fight fire with water, with a different vibration. That's what you're supposed to neutralize it. Dishonor with honor. But you're gonna bring dishonor with dishonor. Maybe I'm a goody, but that's why we in a fucked up situation now, and that's why we have. For people cried when Trump was in office. They cried. They were stressed, depressed. How did that happen? Because the normalcy of bad behavior was accepted. You're accepting bad behavior selectively. You pick and choose who can do it. So if it's good for this person, it may not be good for this person, but it was good, so we can use it when we want to justify this action in the future. You are burying your own self, people. And that's real. Let's move forward. When it appears that no one else wishes to make any further nomination for an office, the chair should ask again, This ain't happening in 3 minutes. Ask the assembly if anyone has any further nomination to offer, and if not, they shall declare the nominations closed and proceed to either voting on the nomination or proceed to open nomination for the next office, depending on the procedures that the multi-township central committee has selected. Okay, so all of this didn't need to happen at this point, part 6, because everybody was like, yeah, ah. People that wasn't even supposed to be there, because we about to get to that part too, because that's against the rules. Half of them that was there wasn't supposed to. You know, gave them another case, and if some of you were elected officials and they could report y'all to y'all people that's over y'all, that's what the hell. I'm telling you, I know petty. I know petty because I get petty. That's why I'm really getting with me and Cara moving forward with this daggone Perez thing, because we petty. Pay attention to details. And that's KP. Y'all know who KP is? I don't like this man. He's not my friend. But reality is, I'm going to give respect where respect due. He's not a dummy. His response in his lawsuit when he punched the guy in the face was more intricate than an average lawyer. I had to go research. I said, what the hell is this angle? Oh my God, this is what he's saying? I said, yo, he really coming with a technicality. This nigga's smart. Okay? Don't underestimate him. Please, 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 please. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how I jumped out the live. Something happened. I hit the side button. I jumped out the live. So he's smart. Okay. All right, I'm gonna listen to y'all comments. There's 2 comments in there, but let me know what y'all think. Let me know, am I off? Am I tripping? Y'all could talk. I know I got a strong opinion. You know, I be bringing facts. But you guys can talk if you feel in opposition. Like, no, Grace, that's not the truth. That's not factual. Please. I love to be corrected. I have not a problem. But I hope you guys know what has happened in front of you. For real, for real. So the last part, which was not needed at this, y'all, this thing better act right, which was not needed at this point, was that the township caucus, the caucus judges of election are responsible for tallying the vote, with the township central committee acting as a canvas board. So they were supposed to certify the votes after that and things like that. And that didn't happen. All right. So let's move on into our next document. And if y'all don't know what I was reading this, the state of Illinois Township Caucus Guidelines for 2025, and issued by the Illinois State Board of Elections, and we did review that. Now we're going to get to the other law that highlights your rights, y'all. What highlights the participants? Township Caucus Guidelines. This is not a law reference. Like, y'all know I'll be going to like the law reference. This is not a law reference. Hold on, what page is this? Let me look. 2. Suggested Township Caucus Guidelines. This is Consolidated EI Caucus Township Caucus Guidelines, and this is for I just want to make sure that we in Illinois. So you see that you see this IL? Yeah, y'all want to make sure, because sometimes we read documents and it be from another state. Sometimes that happened to me because a lot of these counties, they have the same names in different states. So just heads up. Remember, I was looking for Phoenix, and then the Phoenix, Arizona, crooked ass police came up too. I was like, oh, both Phoenix police acting the hell up today. So just make sure when y'all doing y'all research that y'all don't pull up other states. All right. So let's talk about what is the caucus, who can or cannot participate. So we're going to get on page 2. The register of voters within the township or multi-township. Let me see. Can I zone this in for you guys so you can see? The registered voters within the township or multi-township affiliated with the party of the caucus that are attending. 1, the county clerk office will provide each township with a current voter list by the district, which will be sent to the township clerk. A voter must be listed. A vote, it didn't say a voter can, may, should. It said must with an M. A voter must be listed on the voter list. Pay attention to those words because you could use them. That's what Keith do. He be like, oh, must. Oh, yeah, ain't no turning around from that. All registered voters within the township or multi-township are on the list. If a person's name is not on the list, they cannot attend the caucus. That's what it has said. So this is the breakdown of how the list will look and have the information on it. So it says a voter cannot vote in the last general election may attend either caucus. So a voter that did not vote in the last general primary election may attend. They can, but not both party caucuses. So they can't go to a Democrat and Republican. The caucus they attend will designate their party of choice until the next scheduled general primary election. This is important in case the person wishes to run for an office in the next primary election, and they would need to declare a party. The caucus they attend will determine their party. So Tiffany already determined her party. That's why she want people to write her in, because she already determined her party. And that's what I said. Tiffany ain't smart at all, because all of those people in that room don't like her. They didn't like her. It literally looked like school days when people's outside in the schoolyard, like, and you see Brittany over there, like, Brittany going side to side, like, I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you got Dr. Nikita in the background trying to hold her damn face, like, I'm like, oh, what is this? What is going on around here? I'm just keeping it real. So, and that's no shots fired. I'm just, because people be at heart. They be taking it like, oh, she said this, and take it and run and flip it. I said what I saw. Said what you saw that you don't want to say. Shit. I ain't scared. I just tell the truth. Only person that got over me and shut my damn mouth is God. That's the only person. That's the only person that convict me. I'm not convicted. I love people. I help them. You genuine. I ride or die. But I'm not going to be convicted by nobody feelings, perceptions, control mechanism is not. And this is not to Dr. Nikita, but this is totally to the whole situation. I'm going to just tell y'all. That's why I've been an outliner. It's not going to work. I think that's why I never was fed information. Literally, because it couldn't be fed to me. Even if it was, I would have always made it for the people and highlight what was right. And some people just don't like that shit. But it is what it is. You're going to have to be honorable. You're going to have to be honorable, because the same destiny that people put on Tiffany, you're putting it on yourself. Like I said, you can't cheat on your husband because he cheated on you and then think that's even. That's stupid. You literally put a seed in your heart. You literally put a notch on your belt that you're going to have to repent for. Does that make sense? Just doesn't make sense to me. But guess what? I'm different and I'm corny and I'm weird. Okay. Now, so this is about the participants. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more. I pretty much highlighted the most important part, that these people were not supposed to be there and they were supposed to be on the list. Everybody noted, even the mayor candidate, Ms. Jordan, stated that people were locked out. I even stated that literally when I started my live early, we started the live like a half an hour early. Okay. My people said, yeah, the bus is out there. I showed you the buses. They were Thornton Township buses. They were mixed amount of people. There were people for Henyard, people not for Henyard. They were used for woman buses, but they were out there. The people were out there standing, and they did not let them in till 6:30, and then only let a handful in. And literally had a party before. I know I'm saying things that y'all don't like, but it is not copacetic. Because if that was someone you liked and that happened, it would have been a different story. And that's why we got people like Trump in the White House, because you guys are picking and choosing what is moral just for the second, because you want an outcome, even though God gonna knock her ass out the box anyway, because it was far-fetched, right? Far-fetched comparison. But here we go.
She's facing multiple investigations, accused of misusing village funds. But that's not stopping Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard from running for re-election.
Our Jermont Terry has been covering this saga for years and is here now with her announcement and the opponents she'll face. Jermont.
Joe and Erica, the election is not until 2025, yet Tiffany Henyard has officially decided she wants to stay as mayor despite the cloud of controversy surrounding her.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution.
Back in 2021, Tiffany Henyard was sworn in as the mayor of Dalton, the youngest and first Black woman to hold the position. Yet since becoming mayor, she's made headlines in what some would say for all the wrong reasons. After 1 year in office in June 2022, voters recalled her. Yet Henyard fought back in the Illinois appellate court throughout recall votes, resulting in this celebratory Henyard at the start of a city council meeting.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Since then, Dalton trustees have been fighting to stop her every move. For 3 years, Henyard's spending has been called into question. Back in April, shaky cell phone video showed 4 plainclothes FBI agents at the Village Hall lobby. Subpoenas later revealed the FBI was looking into Dalton's financial records. It's led to explosive city meetings where many have called for Henyard to step aside. Yet on social media, Henyard writes, "I'm running for re-election of mayor of Dalton," adding, "If you support me and my team or would like to volunteer, inbox me." Henyard has plans to stick around despite ongoing probes, orders from judges forbidding her from making any appointments, and possible eviction from her home. And she's done her share of suing too. Last week, she filed suit against 4 board members and the Park District. She accused them of illegally holding meetings outside of Village Hall.
See, she still make me say the B word. I didn't mean to say that. She crazy. She lost her ever-loving mind. Tiffany is, and what she say? That don't sound like Trump. I'm still running. And all of these investigations. Federal subpoena of Thornton Township focus on Tiffany Henyard. Read in full. These are some of the allegations. We're going to put the allegations just like we showed you Trump allegations, okay? Here we go. Shout out to Lancet because they keep us so informed. Let's put these allegations on the screen. All right. This was a May article, 2024, South Holland, Illinois. The United States District of the North District of Illinois issued a subpoena in the late April for a variety of Thornton Township documents, most of which are concerning the business, allies, and decisions of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. May. So we still 6 months down the line and we're waiting. It's okay. We got patience. The subpoena, which are signed in April 2024, compelled Thornton Township custodian of record to appear at the U.S. courthouse in Chicago on May 20th. We have a video about that. We read all of the whole thing. We were so excited. We still waiting because she asked to have more time to submit her papers. But these were the documents that was required just play back. Hopefully something is happening from there because something made me bring this up. So hopefully we praying because usually when I just bring something up out of the blue, like it did something else happen. So let's pray that we hear something from this. The document requires to be supplied to the grand jury include the following as per subpoena: employment detail contracts and tax statements regarding Rosie Henyard, Tammy Henyard, and Kamal Woods. Doesn't that sound like that put her on a glass, that other representative from the other state? That's why I wanted y'all to pay attention because we probably got some hope, but we just trying to figure out who the hell is blocking. Y'all remember this from the beginning? Her? She's doing the same thing. Now listen to the article because it sounds like the same thing. So we praying. Municipal codes and ordinance related to credit card purchases, vendor approval, expensive reimbursement, security detail, use of vehicles, residency requirements, donations, and more. Financial reports, budgets, account records, receipts, board meeting minutes, vehicle, all that contentiousness and talking so much, baby, they ain't right that. They ain't right that. You might as well watch the video. Them videos be so long, people be arguing. They can't get all of that. The court reporter can't get that. Pay and reimbursement records for Tiffany Henyard, Keith Freeman, the whistleblower, government staff advisor, Fania Dukes, Carmen Carlis, Gerald Jones, Stan Brown, Kamal Woods, Cheryl. I don't know who that is. I'm not paying no mind to her. We'll figure out who that is. Records related to bids, contracts, invoice, etc. for a variety of printing companies, including Aldalco Printing and on-demand printing. This includes invoices. They put the number up there. Contract agreements. Just so much. I could just keep reading. I keep reading. It says communication records for Tiffany Henyard, Keith Freeman, Robert Hunt, and Kamal Woods. Records, agreements, tax statements, invoice, receipts, and other documents regarding Tiffany Henyard, Good Burger, Aisha's property, fake ass business owner. She don't sound like Trump. Y'all know that people was complaining about. That was something I was supposed to bring up. I knew it was one more thing where his contractors was complaining that if he didn't like the job, he wasn't paying them. He'll find anything in literally billion-dollar contracts he wasn't paying. Huh? You forgot? Sound about familiar. Regarding Tiffany Henyard, Good Burger, Aisha Property, Friends of Tiffany Henyard, and Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. So remember this. This is an indictment. We went over that. I just want to flash back and do a compare and contrast because it's far-fetched. Y'all not creating a monster. We are giving now. She doing incentives, just like Trump tried to do incentives. I don't know what's his incentive because I stopped paying attention to him. But he was trying to do incentives. But he did. He actually, I'm going to be honest, he did. This is how he won the black people over. He gave them indefinite funding for the historical black colleges. What happened was that it was a revolving bill that needed to be approved from like every 4 years, 5 years of the funding. He made it indefinite, and then Biden came in and cut that shit. So that's how he got people. That's how he got the black people. He was pardoning criminals. He pardoned one of the biggest drug dealers that came from Cuba, and a Russian spy or some shit. He pardoned a few big ass criminals. Look around, find out. Let's play this. This Tiffany.
Once again, a Thornton Township meeting cut short tonight, but Supervisor Tiffany Henyard and the board she's battling did get some business done.
WGN's Jenna Barnes in South Holland tonight, joining us with more. Jenna?
Yeah, Ray and Micah, tonight was a special board meeting because business has not gotten done at 2 previous meetings. So that's some progress there. But this meeting was not without its fair share of tension. That started with Supervisor Henyard not allowing one of the trustees to call into the meeting by phone. And it ended with another trustee walking out.
She do the same thing that got done to her.
No one, and I repeat, no one can run circles around me when it comes to public service.
Another showdown in Thornton Township after the 2 present trustees and Supervisor Tiffany Henyard agreed to pay township bills and cover employees' insurance. Trustee Chris Gonzalez moved to cut the meeting short.
I'd like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
We're here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please, let's continue.
Gonzalez left. That meant for the 3rd time in a row, there was no quorum. The meeting was over minutes after it started.
Look at Gonzalez.
The bills are paid. The employees will have their insurance.
The next items on the agenda included employee bonuses and a 100% tax refund for all homeowners.
We're giving away $2.2 million to the residents of Thornton Township.
Plans Gonzalez says Henyard has shared little about, and that's why he walked out.
Not word one, it says 100%. Well, 100% of one, 100% to who? I mean, that could be a lot of different things. What's the administrative costs? When's it going to start? When's it going to end? Just literally nothing.
As Henyard battles her board, she's also fighting eviction. She and her boyfriend are accused of not paying rent.
Let's stop right here because we got 2 more clips to show you, 3-minute clips, because we're going to start wrapping up this live. I want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for being with us. So I hope you guys kind of see what I was trying to present to you guys. And it's more so to help people build a more humane moral compass, because I think people don't understand that word, what a moral compass is and how it can affect your sight. And it can affect you in the future by you. Your sight meaning basically what you see, how you react to things, and now you're not reacting properly, and then later on you become screwed. This is what this whole broadcast is showing you, and this is for the people. And literally, I notice every time I make things that people don't like because they in their feelings, my numbers go down. But I don't care. I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you the substance you need to survive, to thrive. I ain't going to give you candy so you can get fat, get diabetes, and die. I'm going to give you some fruits, some vegetables, some vitamins, minerals to help your critical think. That's what you're going to get here. So if you like me and you love Grace Levi because I bring something different, hit the like button, because that's all you're going to get from me. So Tiffany Henyard right now, just to close off, Thornton Township is, okay, this is what I wanted to say too. Why haven't nobody actually contest Henyard for going for mayor? She has her bid in. Why hasn't nobody contest her? I asked this. Why not? What's going on? Other candidates are contested. Why hasn't nobody contest her? So these are the questions that I'm asking. It's dead serious. What's going on here? The powers in the people. Jump on it. I have gave y'all so much credit. Y'all did so much good work. The things that's going on right now in Thornton and Dalton with the police chief, and you guys about to in Thornton pick y'all trustees. Y'all making leeway. But I do think y'all need to kind of like focus on knocking this girl out the box a little bit more, but doing it honorably. How about that? You know what I'm saying? We could do it honorably and make the system work for us so we don't create a president that's literally going to knock us out the box in the future. So I think I presented enough. I don't even have to show the last few clips because I think the last few clips is just talking about, again, she is thrown off the ballot, but she is seeking to get write-in votes. She's still going to pursue. And Tiffany booted from the ballot, but vows the show will continue. And this is WGN News. Let's finish off with that, and then we're going to get up out of here. And I want to say thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. Y'all already know what it is. If you don't think, you're going to lose your rights.
13 months after our first WGN Investigates report on questionable spending by South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard, it appears she has been forced off the ballot. Now, this involves just one of the two elected positions Henyard holds. Now her allies are calling the move illegal and vowing to fight. And let's be clear, the guy who engineered the move installed himself at the top of the ticket.
See? You see?
Tiffany Henyard didn't even get the chance to speak before the Democratic Township Committeeman dispatched her from the ballot in a simple voice vote. In seconds, the crowd of hundreds sang her out like a ball player who had just struck out.
See? Like we got to do.
This is my prime example of people that's puppet masters trying to control the narrative.
In an interview before last night's unusual caucus, Henyard cried foul, saying her supporters were stuck outside, while backers of the committeeman, Napoleon Harris, gathered inside. Harris is also a state senator who selected himself to run for township supervisor at the top of the Democratic ticket.
The process was followed, and it came out the way it was supposed to.
It should have been a primary. It always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always 10,000 residents come and vote for township government. Why do you think it changed? Because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in? Make that make sense.
To me, there are perception issues with it that are right to get attention. Will the court look at those perception issues? Probably not, but the voters certainly should.
Bill Cadigan is a former state board of elections chairman who says the caucus system is legal in Illinois, as is holding multiple elected positions.
No, it does not look like good government, and it looks like more of the same in Thornton Township.
The two South Suburban governments Henyard runs have been in chaos since soon after WGN Investigates began reporting on her spending and abrasive leadership style. She and her entourage racked up more than $100,000 in travel, meals, and more. Her namesake cancer charity was shut down for failing to report how it spends money. Even after the FBI served subpoenas in April, the spending continued.
So let me just say this. Does it sound better when a white guy said that the residents need to be leery and that it wasn't a great process? Does it sound better when a white guy said it? Until then, I love you guys. Hit the like button.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Hold on. Let me come back on the screen. Thank you. I love you. Went for the caucus system because she can't run for 2 seats at the same time. And that right there is not the truth. She can't. She can, okay? And there's no law that says she can't. They made that up throughout the caucus, but nobody, they didn't even get the people a chance to vote on that. If you find a law that says that, send it to me. I didn't find no law. See, I can't run with people just, you know what I'm saying? I love it, but I looked, and it don't say that. That's why you have so many different public officials doing their thing and sitting in 2 seats. She literally got the supervisor seat and the mayor seat kind of like back to back. But I know she didn't go through an election. But I know there's other officials who have been doing the same thing in Chicago. And when I find it, I'm going to show it on the next live. I had to come back on the screen for that question because I do have, let me see something. 2 seats. I got something. Wait a minute. I thought I was about to be over. I thank you. I think I got something, babes. I pulled up a low. Let me see if I got it. I pulled up something. I was praying because I was trying to find that about the 2 seats thing because I need to know. People say things and you just run with it. They lie. They'll say things to control the narrative. Because they spokespeople. Nah, you gotta come with the facts. And that's not to you. Okay, this is it. Oh, my feet itch. That means I'm going somewhere new, y'all. Let me find out. I'm about to go travel. Yep, that's what it means. All right, let's get to this. This is just the article. So I'm gonna have to just hold into public office. Now you say running. Now, this is about incompatible offices. So definitely incompatible offices is things that we've been talking about. And I do believe that they have a ground to fight with incompatible offices. They're incompatible. They've been, but because this has been happening so much in Illinois, that is just, okay. The doctrine of incompatible office. The doctrine of incompatible office is a legal doctrine, a set rule developed over time through case law and attorney general opinion. They prohibit an individual from simultaneously holding 2 offices that are considered incompatible with one another. Offices are incompatible when they, by nature and duty, is deemed improper from the public policy standpoint for one person to simultaneously serve in both. They are also times when statutory election rules step in and prevent the elected official from running for another elected position. So this is when the elected official rules, and I think that was the rules that they put in, but they didn't get the people a chance to vote. Determining whether the doctrine applies requires a 2-part analysis. Are both positions office and opposite to an employee position? And if they are the offices incompatible with one another? Is it an office? So this is more. I think we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go when we do our next deep dive. We're gonna go into incompatible office versus not being able to run for 2 offices at the same time, because that was your question, and I was looking into incompatible positions, and I know that rule, like said here, was put in by the chairman, by the committee, which was not approved by the people. So that was a great question, and I'm glad you put it up there. And I just noticed it before we got off, because that's all we're here to inform, to teach each other. You brought that up, and that was great, because that it was the rules that were put in. But then there's other technicalities behind it. You see what I'm saying? So let's just finish off again one more time.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.